Happy Monday and welcome to Casting the Net, Reeling in Holistic Health, where we care about your mental health and well-being. I'm your host, Coach Rice, and I want to make sure that you tune in every Monday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, where I have my special guest on to talk about real issues that matter most. I want you to check us out on YouTube, Facebook Live, on Business Facebook page, also on the Be Awesome Network. Stay tuned. I think you're going to really like this next guest. Happy Monday and welcome to Casting the Net, where we care about your mental health and well-being. I am your host, Coach Rice, and with me today I have Coach Teon Singletary. Did I say that right? Singletary, okay. Coach, he's a life coach, and today we just want to talk about who he is and where he's from. And so tell us, Teon, where are you from and how did you embark upon being a life coach?
Thank you for asking me that question, Martha. And that's an amazing question. And the reason why it's an amazing question because it is the reason why I do what I do and the purpose of what really drives me. And it's from where I'm from. It starts there. I'm from the boonies, for the country where there's trees, and more trees. And it's called Trio, South Carolina. It's one of those small towns. If you drive through it and blink your eyes, you will miss the town. That's how small it is.
Oh, it's small, huh?
It's very small, very small. But from there, it is a small town, and with that small town, you have small mindedness, and with the small mindedness, you have poverty mindset. And I came from a poverty background, so as I went on trying to embark the journey of life and go out into the world to build something for myself and for my family, I gained some techniques, I gained some tools, I gained some wisdom about trying to truly shift your mindset from a poverty mindset to a growth mindset. And from that experience, I was like, you know what? I want to give back. How can I give back? How can I pour into other youth that come from the same town that I come from, or towns like mine, right? So that's why I embarked the journey of actually becoming a life coach, becoming a speaker, a teacher in the craft of leadership, finding your purpose, discovering truly who you are in the core, and not really who you are, but whose you are when we dig a little deeper. So with the journey that I went on, it gave me the skill sets, the tools that I need to better myself first, because you can't help anyone else until you first help yourself. So when I was able to help myself and grow myself, now I have the experience that is needed to be able to pour into others. So now with this passion, it excites me to be able to help others, and at the same time to see them truly walking in their purpose. And that oh my God, that's priceless.
Yes, it is. It's priceless.
That I'm able to work with, and then see them just really living out their true calling in their life. So now, with all that, I live on the beach, Surfside Beach, South Carolina, and I am enjoying the life. I am enjoying the beach because when I was away with the military for a while, one of the things that I said to myself, when I go back home, I want to live by the beach. And so I put that as a goal that I wanted to achieve. And the reason why, because I realized that I really love the water. I really love the beach. I really love listening to the wave of the sea. And it put me in a place of calmness, peace. And it helps me to really tap into my true nature, my true self, to be able to pour truly everything out when I'm working with clients in the business sector, for my book publishing business, for my coaching and speaking business. So it helps me to stay in the right frame of mind, mentally, spiritually, so that I can be able to come my true self when that time comes.
So how did you make that transition from a poverty mindset to a growth mindset living in South Carolina in a small town? And I asked that because that's not an easy thing,
It's
easy
not,
transformation. So
it's not.
how did that happen for you?
And you're right, it is a transformation. It's just like a caterpillar. It go through a process. And with that process, sooner or later, it turned into a beautiful butterfly. I'm not a beautiful butterfly yet. I'm still trying to grow my wings, right? As we go through this life. But it has been a journey. It has been a process. And my personal development process started when I was overseas with the military in 2012. I was doing reflection. That's when I really started conducting reflection daily and really writing a journal. And within that journal, I was writing out my game plan for my life. Okay, this is who I was. This is who I used to be. I didn't like it. A lot of people didn't like it. I was a nice person. So how can I improve myself when I come back home? And I wrote that out. And when I came back, I started living that out. Not really, didn't realize that I was literally living out the life that I wrote down on paper. But a year later, I went back into my notes. I was like, whoa, wow, what is this? And that is powerful because it says it in the word. Write it down and make it plain so that it will
Yes.
not tarry away from you. And now that's what I live in. And within one of my online courses that I give on digital marketing, well, not digital marketing, but digital boarding, I talk about the importance of writing it down and making it plain so that you can truly, truly get after your goals, dreams, and visions that God has poured into your heart to do, right? So with that journey, again, it's been what, 13, 14, 15 years or more, right? So it's been a long time coming. But but I came to a point in my life where I was like, okay, enough is enough. Let's draw a line in the sand. And I had to make the first step, take the first step. And that first step is making a decision that I want to have a better life, a decision that it's time to change. And once my mind made that decision and I begin to start speaking it out, that's the second step, speaking it out, my heart began to believe it. And once my heart began to believe it, something else just happened in the inside. The actions that I began to take was better. The decisions I was making was better because I wrote out the plan of what I want to become, who I want to become, and I began to start living that out day by day. Now, was I perfect? No, never will be perfect. Did I make a lot of mistakes and fail? Yes, I made lots of mistakes. However, we are where we are now because we took the first step, the first step to improve myself. And now that I'm able to, I have went through the process and I went through that experience, I now have the ability to teach others to do the same thing as well. So it really is a journey. And you just have to make a decision. Okay, this is who I was, this is who I want to become. Now, what are the steps I must take to get to point A to point Z? There's a lot of effort that's in the middle.
Right, right.
Right. But you gotta have points, a beginning stage, and what's the end goal. And now you have now you can put in the milestones that you need to take in order to get to that final destination. And sometimes I like to say that you will never reach the final line. The final line is when I'm dead and in the casket. Okay.
Right.
That's the final line.
Right.
So
Because we
every
constantly
day I'm always learning.
evolving, right?
Yeah. So every day I'm always learning, I'm always growing. We always reaching, we always doing something to improve ourselves, to become a better version of ourselves each and every day. And learning never ends. It's a continual process. Growth never ends. It's a continual process. So with that mindset, and you have a learning heart, a learning spirit, a growing spirit, you put yourself in a position where you have an open mind. An open mind to listen, to learn, and to grow yourself. So it's just a
like
different
that.
mindset, completely different mindset.
It is. It's completely different. I like that because I like how you showed you have to have a beginning and then you have to have where you're going, a destination, but in between is where the journey is, right? And
Yes.
and writing a vision and make it plain is so powerful. But do you find that some of your clients have a hard time? They can write it down and it don't move, right? What piece do you think they're missing when it's at the level of it's not moving? They wrote it down.
Speak for myself, right? I mean, because we all been there.
Right.
And like, there's goals that I've written down. Like, I have no clue how I'm gonna get there. God, why you give me this big old goal to go after? I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna sit there until you tell me what to do.
Right.
When I'm in those moments, what has helped me personally is just to have a talk with God, to pray and ask God for clarity, for clarity, for guidance. What's the plan he wants me to take? And he might not give it to you right then. He may not give it to you the next day. He may not give it to you next week. He may not even give it to you the next month. He may not even give it to you this year. But if you just have patience and just stay in his presence, sooner or later, he's going to provide you the answer that you need to move forward, which it has happened to me plenty of times. So now when I'm in that state of, oh, I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm giving it to you. Take care of it. Give me the right mindset, and then I do it. Right. So
Right.
that's my journey. That's my relationship that I have built with God. He knows me very well. Right. I am
Right.
a high C. I want all the details before I get moving. But with that, that is also my kryptonite. I have to remind myself, okay, if I don't start moving soon, I'm going to continue to procrastinate. And I'm going to continue to make excuses. So now when I find out that he has already given me the answer, but yet I'm still hesitating because of it's a big idea. I really don't want to fail because I'm afraid of failure, right? I
Right.
have to push myself out of the door in order to get moving. But that's just knowing yourself. When you are able to know oneself, know your strengths, know your weaknesses,
Right.
you can be able to make the right pivots in order to get you to where you need to go. So for a client or for someone that's listening right now that you maybe you got to go and it's a big goal and you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get started. Can you help me get started? Just can you help me get started? That's what he started. Right? It's okay. First thing is, it is okay. I'm here with you. We are here with you. It's gonna be okay. It's not the end of the world. God is still on the
But
throne.
yeah.
It's gonna be okay.
It's something
So
powerful
yeah,
about writing it out.
it is. It is. And that's the first step I would say is to write it out. Once you write it out, you make it plain, right? You put it on paper, or you put it on your notepad or your phone, whatever way you do it. I do
Yeah,
both.
pen to
I do
paper
both.
is so real and it's
It
connecting.
is. It
Somebody
is.
told me that and I really took it to heart and wrote down a particular goal I have this year. And it's funny because after I wrote it, something in me shifted
Mm.
that showed me, and I knew it was the Holy Spirit, where there's some habits I have to change to get to that destination.
That is so good. Sometimes when we have a goal and we know we need to achieve it, but we know that there's things that we gotta do or things we gotta change about ourselves in order to reach that goal. It makes us hesitant to actually go after it, right? So we have to put some steps in place. Like we already know what we need to do. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to work on this every day, small bite size, not a big old bit, small bite size. I'm going to work towards this point. Once I get to this point, I'm going to celebrate. Yes, yes, I
Right.
did it.
You got to celebrate along the way.
Right? I'm going to treat myself to something that I love, to make myself to feel excited about going after the goal. So once I get there, okay, what's next? I always ask the question, what's next? Once you get to the point, what's next? What's next? Now, once you get that, what's next? You just work towards that milestone. When you get that
Yes.
milestone, celebrate. Have some fun with it, right? Tell somebody
Yes.
about it, right? Your best friend, your coaching partner, your goal achieving partner, whatever you want to call it. But just celebrate. I mean, once you get to that point, just continue to do the same thing over and over and over again. And then sooner or later, you're going to reach that goal. It's just like what John
Exactly.
Maxwell said, that when you got a big tree behind your house and you want to chop it down, how are you going to chop down that big tree? First, you want to sharpen your axe. Make sure it's a sharp axe because your tools matter. The tools you
Yes.
use,
Yes.
right? So sharpen that axe. And then every day, just chop at that tree just 5 times. That's all. Just 5 times. If you do that every day, guess what's going to happen? Sooner or later, what's going to happen to that tree?
It's gonna go down.
It's going to fall. So it's just like your big dream. Doesn't matter how big that dream is. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
At a time.
At a time. So knowing where you are, knowing where you want to be, or where you want to get to, or like goal you're trying to reach, put milestones in between there, and then just go after one at a time. Don't try to do it all at once, because that will push you away. That will make you just say, okay, I'm not going to do it. Nope, I'm not going to do it. Just take your time. Just take your time.
Yeah.
One step at a time. And sooner or later, you'll get there. And then if you still need some help, then another option I'm going to give you is find a good community of people that can encourage you to achieve your goals.
Yes.
Right? If that doesn't work, find you a coach. You got 2 coaches right here that can help you with it, right? And then we can be able to give you a growth plan, because that's what you need, a growth plan to get you from point A to point B to point C to point D, and on and on and on. Overall, it's a process.
It is.
And
It's a
you have
process.
to follow the process.
Yes. But I did like what came out of it when I put the paper to the pen to the paper, wrote down the goal, and
Yeah.
something opened. And it was like, wow. And one of the habits that I have to change, to be transparent, is stop playing it safe.
Mm. Oh my God.
Playing it safe will actually stunt your growth.
It
Because he
will.
gave me grace for the present now. And if he gave me grace for the present now, I need to move.
That's it.
And playing it safe is not a good thing. So that was the roadblock for me. And I thank him for it, because now I can, one step at a time, like you said, reach my goal. And let me ask you this question.
Uh-huh.
Shouldn't the person with that goal focus on one thing within the goal?
I say yes. Yes. Focus on one thing. That's the easy answer. And the reason why I say it's the easy answer, because if you got multiple things, sometimes I say I'm a multitasker. Like, I do this, do this, do this. But when you do that, what tends to happen? You never
You
get
don't
anything
do none
done.
of it. Right, exactly.
Get anything done. So
Just doing too much, right?
yes, and I fall to that all the time. So I always have to
Right.
remind myself, one day at a time, Teon. Just one day at a time. Take care of this. This is the focus. Focus on that. Get it done. Move on.
Right.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
it really, that's the thing. I had to focus in and hone in on one thing and say, oh, I have to change these habits. And now I'm walking in the trajectory of where I need to go. And I have a goal to meet.
And you know what's so powerful about that? And what helps out for you to really know that, understand that, is what you just said. You have to write it down. I literally, every year, I do a reflection over my life for the past year, from the previous year, in order for me to build my next year. And that's what I did. I wrote my stuff down, right? I wrote down the good stuff. I wrote down the bad stuff. I wrote down the things I want to improve. How do I want to grow? And now it's clear. So I see it. Okay, I'm not gonna do that again. I'm not gonna do that again. Definitely not gonna do that again. But I like what this happened. I like my feelings when I did this, like the award, the rewards from this when I achieved.
Right. Do
And
more of.
yeah. I love this because I was passionate about this, and I just was filled with joy and excitement when I did this. So yes, I'm gonna do that again. Right. So finding those things and fine tuning your growth process helps you to truly become the best version of yourself. But if you don't reflect, how will you know that? How will you find those hidden gems from your experience? So I'm a big advocate for reflection, like taking time to reflect over your life and then setting those small goals to really push yourself to the next level in time. But it really
Yes.
reflection. It really takes
I like the point. I like the point you made when you said community. Get your community of like-minded people. That is so powerful because we are created to be relational. And so you learn so much from people. And I think it would be a disgrace to try to do it on your own because it's only your intellect, your locus of knowledge that you're using when it's so much more out here.
You're right. You're right. One is too small a number. One is small of a number.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you able to partner up with like-minded individuals,
Yes.
like-minded individuals, someone who
Elaborate.
has your same values, right? Someone who has your, because that's very important, because you can find yourself
Right.
trapped easily or get yourself shifted to a personality that you're not supposed to become, that is not tuned for you when you don't relate yourself to or connect yourself with the right individuals. So being able to truly connect yourself with like-minded individual is very powerful. Because it can help you to learn from them, and then in return, they learn from you. It should be
Yes.
a give and take type of relationship.
Yes. Reciprocity.
I love give and take, right? Because that really helps us in the community to grow. And it helps
Yes.
us
And
to grow.
reciprocity help us feel
Yes,
safe and seen
yes,
and heard, but it also
yes,
make the other person feel the same. So you can't help
yes.
but to continue to bring that constant flow.
It does. It does. It does. And that's
Mhm.
why I love being in certain communities, because it helps me to
Yes.
become a better person. It helps me to become better. It helps me to grow. It helps me to find those areas where, oh, whoa, wasn't tracking that. Now I know. Right. So just being real with yourself, like you truly gotta be authentic, and truly gotta be real with yourself, and just
You
have
really
an
do.
open mind to learn, man. Because if you don't, what you doing with your life? You just going with the flow. And I don't want to go with the flow. Going with the flow is like saying you are a zombie. I am not a zombie. I'm a human being, right? We
Right.
are human beings. So with that, we, like you said, we want to be social in a sense, right? We want to be around people. That's how we've been created. So when you use that and you use it properly, man, it's very powerful.
It is. So tell me about those two logos that's sitting behind you.
I'm glad you asked, my friend. So the SP Serves is my book publication business. It started off with graphic design and website designing, but
Okay.
and I had a client that asked me, can you publish a book? I was like, I don't know how right now, but I will get back with you and I will tell you later. So and it was good for me because I had a book that I had already written, but I didn't know how to publish it. So it forced me to learn how to publish. So while I was publishing my first author's book, I was publishing my own first book. So it was
Oh,
amazing.
wow.
So with that, now I helped 10 authors publish their book. I have published 4 books of my own, and I've been part of 12 anthologies from that. And the 12 anthologies has hit bestsellers lists. So with
Oh,
that
wow.
experience, it helps me to really see, okay, I can truly help authors now. I can truly help local authors to really publish their books. I know how to do it. And it's one of my passions, right? It's one of the things that I love to do because I'm a creator at heart. I love to create content. I love
Okay.
to push things out and help folks to be able to really become a published author. So with that, when I'm working with a author, it just it's part of my passion. It's who I am. It's my giftedness. So it's part of my strength. I'm in a place of like, yes, let's do this. I cannot wait for this. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing, right? So that's why I love that business because it's my first passion at heart, and that's why I continue to push
Okay.
that the SP Service Publishing. My next one is TSLE, Teon Singletary Leadership Empowerment. It's my speaking, coaching, and teaching business as a executive director of the Maxwell Leadership Team, and then a member of the Northern Coding Institute. I have the skill sets and the ability to help individuals to really default back to their best behaviors. And there's a process with that. We talked
Okay.
about it a little bit already, but the main thing is what you think is how you feel is what you do, and what you do is what you have, right? So think, feel, do, have. Think, feel, do, have. That is the process. So when we are able to shift our mindsets, then we begin to feel a certain way. And when we feel a certain way, we begin to do. When we begin to do,
Yes.
we want to have a life. So with that, I have helped authors to really shift their mindset to really truly become who they are designed to become. So it's pretty cool. And what really excites me the most is when I do that, and you see the light bulb just comes on, and then you see them start really living that out with right before your eyes. It's just just I just love it.
Life changing, right?
Yes, it is. It is. It is.
So tell me about your speaker club that you have coming up.
Yeah. So the Speakers Club is something that I was trying to do for a very long time, but procrastinating, making excuses, making a lot of excuses. So, but I did my first beta Speakers Club when I was overseas, and everyone loved it. Everyone enjoyed it. So I was like, okay, all right. So I guess I can do it now. Right. So now that I'm here, last year was part of my preparation, getting it in place, getting it going. Now I have the process of what I want to do. So it's going to be 3 tiers. The first tier is a free tier where anyone can come on. We do monthly gatherings where we can a community where we can be able to talk about speaking. Opportunities for folks to share who they are. So doing your elevator pitch to share your business. So again, community. Then the second tier is the next level where you would go through a series of training that can help you to really shape your signature story, right? And then with that, you have the ability to come onto the free community that we have, where you can be able to have that opportunity to be on stage and speak and practice your craft, right? The next level is a level above that, where you do all that we already share, but also you have the opportunity to actually do training, to have opportunity, a block of time during a free course to actually provide one of your courses with everyone in order for you to be able to market yourself a little bit more. Because now you have more skills, right? You went through the process, you gain the skills you need to become the person you need to become as a speaker. Now you have the ability to be able to pitch what you have to offer for others to be able to, if this is a good fit, to join your community as well. So that's the Speakers Club. That's the concept right now that I have that we can push out. We will have the first meeting this month. When this month, still working on the exact detail of that. We have some other things, some other ironing the part that we're working on. So if you want to solidify that, once I solidify that, I'll push it out, and everyone will have the opportunity to be a part of the first Speakers Club meeting, and then we will go from there.
Nice. Anything else you have coming up?
Yes. I'm starting my first anthology this month too as well. It's going to be a series of 5 anthologies, but this is going to be the first one, and it's Breaking Through with Purpose is the first anthology book.
Okay.
Series. So we have a concept of the cover already designed, and then we're going to go ahead and start pushing out some posters of that opportunity. And then that way we can be able to push out our first anthology. I have done books, I've done individual books, I've been part of other anthologies. I was like, you know what? I have the ability to do my own anthology. Why not do it? And I've been sitting on this for 2 years. Again, procrastinating. So this year is the year of action. My one word this year for 2026 is action. It's very simple. Action. So everything that I was putting off, no more excuses. I am removing excuses. Excuses, no more. Take action. So I'm looking forward for those 2 items with the Speakers Club and the anthology. It's going to be great opportunities for individuals to be able to be a published author, but at the same time be able to perfect their craft in speaking as well in a community setting.
Nice. So what call to action would you like for the audience to take?
Oh, that's easy. Go to the website, www.teonsingletary.com, and I'll give you all my social media handles where you can be able to join me social media. You can be able to see my podcast, TSLEWLI podcast, be part of that. You will also have the opportunity to see my online courses, to see if one of those would be a great fit for you, dominate your life or vision your life. We just talked about vision board in here. So if you want to be part of that, and you have the opportunity. So that one website would take you to everything you need if you want to connect with me.
Awesome. Tell us about your podcast and what's the purpose of it?
Yes. So it's TSLEWLI. If you don't know what it stands for, guess what? You better stand by. Teon Singletary Promise, weekly live inspiration. And that's what it is, weekly live inspiration. We don't post an episode every week. It's monthly in a sense, especially when I was overseas. I didn't have the time to. So we kind of break that down where it's monthly. But what it is it's an opportunity for individuals, business owners, speakers, teachers, coaches, to be able to come on the podcast, to be able to share their passion, right? To share what they know about leadership, to share about what they know about purpose, how to find your purpose, share about anything that they are a subject matter expert on, and that they have lived it from experience, right? From experience, because that's very important.
That's very important.
It's very important. So it's an opportunity for people to come on, to share their passion with the world. And at the same time, I have moments where I do series of training and teaching on what I do as in a living as a coach. So my main thing is helping you to find your purpose, helping you to live in your purpose, helping you to really dominate your life to the core with passion by using your gift, talents, and skills that God has given you. You have everything you need. You just have to understand it, know it, and then again, take action. One thing I like to say is you got to do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now. So my podcast is a do it now podcast.
Awesome. Well, Teon, thank you so much for sharing what you do and your passion for it. And you could tell you have the passion and experience to actually help someone. So that's awesome, and love your passion. And I will have all of your links in the video as well. And just want to say to my audience, thank you so much for listening. And if you feel like this has helped you, or if you want to be a part of Teon's network, he will have everything you need to be able to contact him once we put his links in the chat and the video. And so reach out to him, because number one, don't suffer in silence. Take action. Get clarity on where you're going. And if there's a roadblock, that's why we need coaches. That's why we need help. And there's nothing wrong with that, because we are created to be to connect and relational towards each other so we can grow. So keep evolving and share this podcast, and please do subscribe. And because I always have amazing guests. And Teon, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us. Until then, happy Monday and enjoy your day.
It's your time to shine. Your journey to chart. Coach Rice wisdom will heal every heart. So join us now. Let's make life suffice. Welcome to Mondays with Coach Rice.